I'll ask my question first. Mrs. Malujemu, a number of times we have seen people who, like you mentioned, going for screening. Dr. Obilon did mention that nobody knows your body like you do, and you feel uncomfortable. You go in for screening or for a test, and the result comes out negative. Then maybe you go for a second opinion. After a while, when you still feel uncomfortable, you go in again, and the question will be, why didn't you come earlier? Maybe in a different hospital to see somebody different. And they'll be asking you, why didn't you come earlier? From your experience, could you please throw a little light? Is it possible for you to actually have cancer or feel differently? You go in for a test and the screening comes back negative. Meanwhile, something is actually happening to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your question. I said we don't have much time. There's so much to share. My own story through diagnosis follows the exact pattern, the question that she asked. I felt a lump in my right breast. Now, I'm somebody who has a very healthy relationship with my body. I listen to my body. Your body speaks all the time. So I knew something was up. Interestingly enough, I've had a lumpectomy before. I'd had one before then, but for some strange reason, this one felt different. And so I knew I needed to investigate. But I was in COVID isolation. So when I was released, I went straight to have mammogram done. The results came out, nothing, whatever. I waited for 6 more weeks because I know that you have to really give some space in between. And I went to Lagos instead to do the second one. The same thing came out, nothing. So I said, okay. I know the Bible says in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let every word be established. But this body is mine. I know my body and something is up. So I went back to our staff clinic and I said, okay, I know this, you have 2 results and they're saying this, but you see, okay, this nothing that is happening, I don't want it in my body. So I want it to be taken out. Can you arrange for a lumpectomy? We went back and forth, but because I was the Oga, there was a limit to how they could attempt to frustrate my efforts. I kept pushing. They eventually agreed. Now, the difference in time between the first mammogram and the time I eventually got to do the lumpectomy this time around was I started this journey in January 2022. And it was in April, last week in April, that they took it out. I didn't end there. I was on the operating table and I asked the surgeon, I said, this thing that you took out, with the naked eye, can you see any abnormality here? And he goes, Madam, at your age, your hormones are doing their thing. Don't worry about it. So, well, I want this thing tested. I want it tested. He says, don't worry, you will send it in for tests. And I think he realized this was a stubborn patient and that if he didn't test it, there'll be trouble. He might not have tested it, even though it's supposed to be a normal procedure, but then we know the country we're in. Sometimes if you don't know your rights, things get done. And so obviously he had to send it in for testing. Now to get the test results was another thing. I eventually had to go through the back door about 3 weeks later to get the results.